After M. Night Shyamalan helped his daughter Ishana with her horror movie The Watchers, he now also had to further his daughter Saleka's music career by releasing his new psychological thriller called Trap. The cat and mouse game between Cooper, played by Josh Hartnett, and the FBI profiler Josephine Grant, played by Hayley Mills, is perfectly executed, although it can feel over the top at times. But even if you are not a fan of M. Night's movies, this one does offer a great amount of twists and turns. So as expected, there will be spoilers from now on, and if you have not seen the movie yet, I recommend you watch it first. As I get into the explanation of the ending, I will also give you my opinion if the movie was worth the watch, or if it was all a trap to make you listen to the 14 songs Lady Raven wrote for her daddy's movie. If you watched the trailer, you basically know the premise of about 50% of the movie, because it all starts when Cooper and his daughter Riley go to a concert of Riley's favorite artist, Lady Raven. It all seems like a normal father-daughter day until Cooper notices there is a suspicious amount of police attending this concert, and the whole movie shifts at the moment you find out that the police is there to trap a killer called the Butcher. And as the trailer already explains, Cooper is the serial killer that has been chopping up his victims. After making a connection based on family values with one of the merchandise salesmen named Jamie, Cooper weasels the FBI's plan to trap the Butcher out of him, and from there the games begin. It is difficult to decide who you want to root for, because Cooper is the main character who truly loves his daughter Riley, but he is also a murdering psychopath. Throughout the movie, Cooper attempts multiple escapes, and while most fail, let's look into them all. In his first escape attempt, Cooper leads Riley to the front exit of the stadium, where he throws a sick girl down a flight of stairs. This shows Cooper's ruthlessness, though it may seem extreme for a first attempt. Nevertheless, it sets a precedent for his character. He cancels the plan when he spots a group of SWAT members outside the venue. His second attempt is more of an impulsive thought than a concrete plan. Lady Raven introduces a guest performer named Parker, who appears through a trapdoor right next to where Cooper and Riley are seated. Cooper suggests they jump in and check it out, but Riley dismisses the idea as absurd because, frankly, it is. For his third attempt, Cooper actually puts in some effort. He returns to Jamie, the t-shirt vendor, and helps him carry a box of shirts backstage. While doing so, he steals Jamie's ID card and cleverly coaxes the employee password from him. Using this, Cooper gains access to the employee break room. Unfortunately, he runs into a group of police officers there, so using the exit is not an option. However, he does manage to steal a police radio, ensuring he stays informed about the next phases of the trap. While listening to the police broadcast, Dr. Grant provides a detailed description of him. In response, Cooper decides to use panic as his next escape strategy. He heads toward a fire alarm, planning to pull it and use the ensuing chaos to slip out of the stadium. But before he acts, he overhears one of Grant's broadcasts, in which she predicts his move. She instructs officers to only allow women and children to exit in the event of a fire alarm or bomb threat, leaving all men to be checked. Cooper rushes upstairs, planning to escape via the roof. To get past security, he creates an explosion by throwing glass bottles into a fryer, injuring one of the employees in the process. This distracts the security guard stationed by the door leading to the roof. When Cooper finally gets outside, he is once again stopped by police officers. He tries using the password Jamie gave him, but astute viewers would remember that Jamie told Cooper the stadium was divided into sections, and the password was only for Jamie's specific section. Since Cooper gives the wrong password, the officers demand further identification. Luckily, Cooper stole an apron from the restaurant, which contains someone's wallet with the necessary ID card, effectively becoming his get-out-of-jail-free card. At this point, Cooper is starting to lose hope, unsure how to proceed. Riley mentions Lady Raven's Dreamer Girl routine, where Lady Raven calls a lucky girl on stage to dance with her. Cooper sees this as his ticket backstage. He spots an important-looking staff member nearby, played by none other than M. Night himself, himself and fabricates a story about Riley being a leukemia survivor, with Lady Raven's music helping her through tough times. The producer loves the story and asks for their seat number. Soon after, he approaches them and offers Riley the chance to be the dreamer girl. Riley agrees, and this gets them backstage. She dances with Lady Raven, ensuring M. Night's daughter's music gets its screen time. Meanwhile, Cooper notices that Dr. Grant is closing in. He takes advantage of the fact that there is an infirmary for the fainting girls and carries one of the sick girls there. The backstage director then asks if they'd like to return to their seats or listen to the final song backstage. Cooper seizes the opportunity and asks if they can leave through the back to avoid the crowds. The director agrees, setting his plan in motion. When they reach the backstage exit, the stage director informs them they need to go through a quick police check. It's a minor inconvenience, but except for Lady Raven and a few of her trusted staff, everyone must be checked. At this point, Cooper initiates his final plan. He asks Lady Raven for a private conversation about Riley's leukemia, and she agrees. Once alone, Cooper reveals his true identity and threatens her, saying that if she doesn't help them escape, he will kill someone currently held captive in an unknown location. This final plan secures their freedom, allowing them to escape the stadium. The final twist of the movie is that Cooper makes a critical mistake during the scene in his garage, with his family standing in front of the car. He realizes there's no turning back. He's always kept his family life and his life as a killer separate, but because he never viewed his private life through the lens of a serial killer, he forgets that there's a tree right outside the window of Riley's room, the same room he just locked his family in. That tree could easily help them escape. This detail becomes important when it's revealed that his wife was the one who turned him in to the police. Cooper never suspected her because he never looked at his own family with suspicion. Side note, if his wife looks familiar, it's because she played Kim Pine in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. In the final confrontation, Cooper is ready to kill his wife, but she stalls him by offering a slice of pie. He tells her it won't matter. He'll eat the pie quickly and it will still end with her death. However, after finishing the pie, Cooper starts to feel woozy. His wife had drugged him using the tranquilizers she found in his go bag, which he left behind earlier while escaping the cops. In his hallucinations, Cooper sees his mother standing in the doorway, telling him that not all of him is a monster. Earlier in the movie, Grant mentioned to Cooper's wife that only his mother probably knew who Cooper really was. It's common for serial killers to have been abused by their parents at a young age, but I don't think this was the case for Cooper. Instead, I believe that his mother recognized his dark urges and confronted him about it, which deeply affected him. I suspect this led Cooper to kill his own mother, which is why her ghost haunts him. At the film's climax, Cooper walks toward this hallucination. Meanwhile, police officers have snuck into his house and tase him until he collapses. As the police escort him to the van, Cooper stops next to a bike lying on the lawn. He picks it up and sets it upright, an action that could be attributed to his OCD diagnosis. But in reality, he uses this moment to discreetly grab what he needs for his escape. Riley comes home and runs toward her father, hugging him one last time. This scene is likely meant to tug at the audience's heartstrings, trying to evoke sympathy for the killer, much like Dexter Morgan. Fun fact, Dexter's serial killer nickname is the Bay Harbor Butcher. As they load Cooper into the van and drive away, he pulls a bicycle spoke from his sleeve and uses it to undo his handcuffs, just as the credits begin to roll. Next up is Jody's mom. She definitely doesn't have it going on. If every scene with her were cut, the movie would be a solid hour and 30 minutes, and no one would miss her. Her only purpose seems to be to make Cooper look better, but her role is completely unnecessary. In the end, she's just another annoying, useless side character. And let's be clear, we're Team Jamie on this channel. Now for my review on Trap. For my first watch, I really enjoyed the movie, and I always go in with an open mind. When M. Night makes a movie, you can expect a twist, and I personally did not expect the second half of the movie to go where it went. I really liked the idea of going on Instagram Live to find Spencer, the kid Cooper held captive, and I thought Josh Hartnett acted very well throughout the movie. Also, Ariel, the girl who played Riley, was just very likable and gave a great performance overall. But what was very clear from the first moment we got a close-up from Lady Raven's face was that she is not an actress at all, and she was clearly only there to promote her music. In my second watch, I noticed more of the cracks in the movie. Jody's mom really annoyed me, and the entire Cooper's mom's ghost is haunting him was just very unnecessary. The psychological aspect of it alone was already enough in combination with Cooper's stellar acting. So I would recommend this movie for its twists, but prepare to cringe a little. And that's a wrap. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications. We've got a lot of exciting content coming your way. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.